ahead and get started because we are on a schedule. We will do a second presentation if you missed some things and want to come back, but we're going to get started now.
All right. Hi, I'm Amy Tamander. This is my classroom. I'm going to start with some of the learning targets that we have been focusing on or that we will be focusing on in reading and math. The two reading learning targets that we wanted to just share with you, first of all, is I can retell a story. So we spend a lot of time in first grade when we're working on comprehension with reading, talking about characters, setting, identifying the problem in a story and what the solution was, and then also really working on retelling the story, being able to describe the beginning, middle, and end of the story. Another learning target for reading is I can read text with fluency, and these are some of the strategies. And this is something we're just getting into with this vocabulary in particular with our students. We'll be working on this specifically from here on to the end of the year. Talking about cross-checking when we're reading words, chunking letter sounds, just some of those strategies of reading words, looking for the chunks in the words or sounds that you know. Encouraging kids to, if they're stuck on a word, skip it, come back. Flipping the sound, so if the short E sound doesn't work, try the long E sound and those kind of strategies. And then for math, we've been doing quite a bit with this. I can skip count by 2s, 5s, and 10s. We've just spent quite a bit of time practicing counting by 2s to 60 and counting by 5s to 100 and counting by 10s to 100. And we've been really successful. So we'll keep working on that, but that's something that's been going really well. I can solve addition and subtraction problems easily and explain my thinking. This is our learning target right now in particular. We're working a lot on addition and subtraction, and really, as we have down here, clearly able to explain strategies used to solve the problem. So really encouraging kids to keep thinking about what strategy can help them best, what can help them do solve a problem quickly, and then being able to explain it. So we'll have them talk to each other about it, we'll have discussions about it. The strategy that we give as an example here is using doubles. So if you see, if there's an equation 5 plus 6 equals 11, well, some students might see the doubles in that and then add one more. So taking 5 plus 6 equals 11 and thinking, well, I know 5 plus 5 equals 10, and if I add one more, that would be 11. So that's just an example. Let's see, counting forward and backward from 1 to 120. And that would be from any number. So picking the number 65 and asking them to count forward. Start at 65 and count down, or start at 65 and count backwards. And then also really having the kids practice telling the number that comes before and after. Get that number sets down. Money. Talking a lot about count money. I can count money with pennies, nickels, and dimes up to $1.20. So first being able to name the coins, and then being able to tell the value, and then using those coins to make different combinations up to $1.20. And I can take apart and put together numbers up to 10 without counting. And we do this. This is another way for kids to really get that number sense down. And we do this with how many am I hiding is one example, where we'll show 5 cubes and then break it apart, put 2 behind your back, and then show them 3, and then say how many am I hiding, so they get those number combinations down. First combinations of 5, and once they've mastered, 3 plus 2 equals 5, 4 plus 1 equals 5, then going on to 10. So, and that's it.
Okay. I'm Miss Temke, by the way. I didn't introduce myself at the beginning, so I'm Miss Temke for those of you who don't know me. And Ms. Tamander just went over the learning targets that we work on with the kids. Well, each one of you will receive a bag today, and in that bag we have some activities for home, and it's pretty much a lot of the things that she covered. When we talk about identifying numbers, writing numbers, those weren't covered as our learning targets for now because we did that early on, but there are still some boys and girls that struggle with that. So we have identifying coins on there. We have coin amounts. Money's up to $1 in many ways. So, and I don't know if you guys can see that really well. It's not very clear. But this sheet, I think that's a little better. This sheet will be in your bag that you take home, and so it's just a reminder of some of the targets that we just reviewed. And so you guys can have some specifics that you can do at home. We also have, we have math here. We also have some suggestions for writing, keeping a daily journal, just getting a notebook and having kids free write for 5-10 minutes a day. We work on capital letters, beginning letters, capital letters at the beginning of a sentence, punctuation marks at the end of a sentence, things like that. And we also give some strategies for reading every day, including the weekends, for at least 20 minutes. Longer would be great, but 20 minutes is sufficient for practicing that beginning, middle, and end, talking about characters in the story, and then we have these bookmarks that's going to help with some of the reading strategies. This is a reading response bookmark that will be in the bag as well. And these are just some of the starting language that we use. I predict that. I wonder why. My favorite part of the story is, things like that. So these are some words that will get you started with your child as you're talking about this story with them. We also have another bookmark that's going to be inside of your bag. And these are reading strategies. Reminding your child, you can use the pictures when you read if you're not sure of a word. Reminding them to ask someone if they're not sure, or those strategies of skipping a word and moving on. All of that is here. So this is to support the targets that we're teaching here at school. This is your support at home that you can do with the child, and all of this will be in your bags.
I'm Mandy Erickson. My room's right next door. We also wanted to give you some materials to use at home for math games. We do a lot of math games in the mornings in our math centers. So you have 3 different games, and they can all be played in about 2 different ways, and the instructions for the games are in the bag as well. We have a subtraction and addition, and then we also have another game that's matching the numeral to the number to also a dot pattern. So you can play a memory game, which is one of the ways to play. And the way we do it in class is we just take all of our cards and spread them out. And I won't take the time to do it nice and neat for you now, but they spread them out. And for the subtraction and addition, they'll be picking 2 cards. So they'll flip over 2 of the cards. And the goal is, this is not the correct answer, but they want to match the number sentence to the correct answer. So 9 minus 2, they want to find 7. If that's taking too long or maybe frustrating for them, you can just have them lay all of the cards face up and just have them match the number sentence to the answer. For the numeral game, you can also play memory with it, but they'll need to find 3 cards because there's the word, 7. Then they're going to want to find the actual number. There's a dot that they'd want to find the 7 for, and then the actual number. I know these are not all 7, but you'd want them to be matching all 3. That's something we're really working on in first grade, is being able to see a dot pattern and just without going 1, 2, 3, 4, counting them all out, just being able to tell you how many are there. So this will just help the kids get there. They can play memory with it or just have them match the cards. So all 3 of those games will be in your bags for you as well.
Perfect. You will also get...
I'm sorry.
You'll also get a copy of our classroom expectations. We've been really focusing on these. I know that the question came up at one of our potluck dinners a few weeks ago about the field trip. You did get the letter that we postponed the field trip. And one of the reasons we postponed the field trip is that we felt like we weren't ready yet. We need to get a little bit more organized, and with ourselves, but with our kids as well, and behaviors and things like that. We do talk to the kids about school expectations and school behaviors that are appropriate. We also talk to them about expectations in public. And that's where you guys come in. We really need your help with that. We really like that focus on what the expectation is for the school, because they will be representing Hall School when we go out in public, and we really need your help with that. And so we're going to be sending these home because we talk to the 4 expectations of Hall School quite a bit. Take care of yourself, take care of others, take care of this place, and take care to learn. We are going to do the field trip, but we just want to get the kids ready to be out in public and doing their very best. And so once we're ready, we'll get some dates to you, and we'll be able to go out and have fun and learn some things. We will still have opportunities to possibly bring people in also for some more learning experiences and things like that. So we're looking into that option as well. But we will keep working on this because this is important to us, because we just want the experience to be positive for all of us. And so when we're ready, we will let you know. And we appreciate you, and we appreciate your support and everything you guys do. So if you can continue working with us on that, we would greatly appreciate it. All right. I think that's the end of our